Hello, everyone. This is Nibiru Watcher. I've got a jaw dropping, most stunning video. Now, I don't say that lightly, okay? But this, what I'm going to show you in multiple cameras and videos from around the world, the most shocking things that I have seen ever or have ever made. So, you will not be disappointed, and you're definitely going to appreciate the information coming. And what inspired me to do this is what's happening right here in Sacramento, California this morning. It was about 6 o'clock, almost 6:30. It was completely dark outside, and here it is, a week after the spring equinox, and it's dark outside. I knew something wasn't right. Okay, the sun should have been more than twilight. It should have been some light, not darkness. You can almost start to see the stars. And the chemtrail planes are hard at it. So let's get right into it. And to show you, explain what's happening, I made a video about NASA, how they can hide these solar eclipses. So this is a camera made in the FAA camera, and we could see the sun basically in the FAA camera. We could see how light it was, and I made this video about the final days lady who is still alive and well, still making videos. Her channel is Final Days, The Final Days. You can find her on YouTube. I'll leave a link. But in this video, we see how light is out as the sun is about to get eclipsed. The object that is eclipsing the sun is about in this area of this region of the sky, and when it does, the sun takes on a new nature. This real sun has been eclipsed. The sun simulator takes over, and we get what I've showed you looks like from the International Space Station, like this. Okay, and then when it passed, it resumed back to normal, and the sky returned back to normal. So, are you ready? Buckle up, because let's just watch some absolute craziness. All right. This ought to drop your jaw. Now, this is web cameras in Germany. I will leave links to like 10, 15 of these in the description box, and you can investigate this yourself, because this is not Photoshop. Folks, it is March 29th, okay? Now, there's a lot of deleting and editing going on here. And see, every one of these cameras here are all doing the same thing. So, it's 10 a.m. in Europe. Where's the sun? And because in 2018, it looked a whole lot better than this. A lot different. There's 2017, March 28th. That's what the sun should be like at 10 o'clock in the morning. And yet, we go to 2019, we go to the 29th, and we have total darkness. Not only that, but something extra strange. I want to show you the editing, how they do this. That these frames have been edited out, the sun eclipse and the dark hours that preceded. The camera appears to go into a mode here where it just keeps taking the same picture over and over again. We can see this with this strange sky anomaly. Okay, I'm not even going to get into that. But we see the same picture here, frame after frame, and then it suddenly goes into dark. And not only that, two things are happening, okay? So ever since the 29th, frame after frame, and then suddenly it's light out, okay? Now, another thing I want to point out is when you hover your mouse over this website, you will see a thumbnail of the picture that it had that day. See here? But you can see that they're grayed out and it's no longer there. They only showed us the hours, and you see that there? It's even missing some of the minutes inside that hour on these as well. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, deleted, deleted, deleted. They resume, keep showing us the same old snapshot. So what were they hiding? There's something wrong with the camera? Well, why is it happening to all the cameras in the same time? Here's yet another camera catching the same thing with missing time. that we go back to the, and it proposed somewhere that they've been hiding the frames on the 29th, roughly about midnight. You can see here they keep the same shot and they delete the frames. Once again, you can see 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning missing, still showing the same hours. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, still dark outside. 9 o'clock, finally the sun comes up, right? And that's supposed to be normal. Look at, let's go back to 2018. This is how much light's supposed, 2017, 9 o'clock in the morning, it's supposed to look like this. Not like this, okay? 8 o'clock in the morning. Look at that, 18. See the difference? 2 different years apart. 2 different cameras. Let's go to yet a third camera. The craziness just begins. Now, all this took place in a small area. I would say probably about 50 miles radius that this has actually happened. So here we get again more missing time on the 29th. See here? March 29th, just 2 days ago. And we go back in time. And now let's go forward in time. Sudden daylight, missing time frames. And here we see, if you have your mouse, you can see that they had the frames. They're grayed out. That's been wiped out. And the 8th, only for a couple of minutes. It skips to the 10 o'clock mark. And then resume back to normal. As if just deleting the days of darkness and showing that the sun was being obscured, blacked out over this region of land as a shadow passed over. Let's look at the thumbnails of this. Let's show you what a radical change it looks. Now you could say 1 or 2 cameras, but 8 or 9 cameras, like the whole network is doing this. Again, we'll go to the missing time, that it was dark here. And we can see how it suddenly changed from midnight to 8 o'clock in the morning, all missing hours. Camera number 4. Again, I got the 29th of March, just 2 days ago. It had 1 frame at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's missing. 8 o'clock, missing. Well, just a few minutes. And then it suddenly jumps to 10 o'clock. So, missing time here as well. Camera number 5. Same thing. Gets a little bit different. Look at here at 10:10. On the 29th, the next minute, you could see again all these hours just missing, disappeared, deleted from the scene. So I propose, where was the sun? Where was the real sun? And why all these missing hours? It's not a camera thing. Look, we can see that the camera normally functions at this hour. Let's go to the 18th, 2018, 9 o'clock in the morning. Look at that. It's working fine, right? It's dark here. It's normally light. 2017. We could see this is what it should look like. But this is what we get. Missing time. It's not even there. Camera number 6. This is absolute strangeness. Again, on the 29th, they only gave us 4 o'clock in the morning. They cherry-picked one only at 4:50 a.m. Then suddenly, in the next frame, they skipped all those hours. It still shows darkness here. Now, is that what it should be? Look. It's light. 2017, same time. This should look like this. Not like this. Camera number 7. Okay. Once again, they wiped out the whole morning. 10 o'clock. I think that's about when the eclipse, the sun actually came up in this region of land. About 50 square miles. About this nick of the woods right here. 25 to 50 mile radius. Blacked out. Eclipse. The sun's similarly not working? Probably. or the moon simulator. And man, NASA had some problems that. So let's go back to these cameras. Look at this one. Look at the thumbnails. We could see that at midnight, it suddenly went from midnight to 10 a.m. And still we see like a mysterious kind of a strange shadow here. It's going to sound like the camera. No, it's really not. And when did it come back online? We really start seeing the same pictures. Right. It just keeps showing us the same shot over and over again. Look, the waters don't even move. They froze this camera. Crazy. Right. They think that they just freezing the camera are not going to get alarmed by it. So they didn't delete it. They froze it. The camera just keeps taking the same shot of the pre-existing camera, the earlier frame. But look, 2018, they certainly worked, didn't it? Wow, they certainly wiped out a lot of months on this one as well. Look, all these months got wiped out. So, there it is. The 29th of March, all the way up till 10 o'clock. All these missing hours. This one's pretty dramatic with this camera. We have 8 o'clock here. Dark. What was it? Should be like? Oh, I don't know. Maybe like a little more light. So why is it dark? And yet camera number 8 camera? Come on, you know they're hiding this. It's time to wake up. Go out at 7 o'clock in the morning sometimes and see if it's light out. Because it certainly wasn't up like it should have been this morning in California. But most people are sleeping in. They'd missed this whole thing. So the sun will come out tomorrow. Don't take it for granted. Wow. Look at that. Dark. It should have been twilight. I mean, this is the summer solstice. Look, it certainly came up today. Look. Why were they hiding it on the 29th? Look, missing time. Once again, you hold your mouse over this. Missing hours. Camera number 9. Every single one on this network did this. The 29th, we have 8 o'clock and only 10 o'clock. 6 o'clock was missing. Mysteriously a little dark. They cherry picked some of these hours. You can click here to see the next minute. Look at all those missing times. We can go to the thumbnails here. Pretty shocking, right? 9 cameras that they've done this to. Go back in time to the 29th. And you can see how we should see a gradual transition of light as the sun goes up and as the sun goes down. And yet, yeah, the trolls will just keep saying, it's the camera, it's the camera. Really? 9 cameras are all wiping out the early morning hours, even like broad daylight, 9 o'clock in the morning. How come we can't see that? See, click on, I should be able to click on this and click on the day and see it, right? Look, the 24th, the sun came up, but did it do it on the 29th? No, we got to skip those hours. Look, they wiped it out. So, what are we, camera number 10 now? Right? I'm just going to go through all of them. Yet, please hang in there because I've got some shocking stuff for you. Or maybe you're getting kind of bored because I've got some really just even equally amazing things that are happening around the world as well. Even something that looks like a coronal mass ejection coming from the Earth, right? Wait till you see that one. So I just got to touch on, kind of speed through this. Maybe you're getting kind of bored, right? Look at this one. See this frame here? 9 o'clock suddenly jumps to 4:50. What happened to that? Where's the sun? It's 9 o'clock in the morning, right? It's this, all of a sudden it snaps. Ta-da! There's the sun. You know, I did this once before in Switzerland, and people, I don't know what this doesn't wake you up that the sun doesn't come up in the morning. What will, right? Look at this. See these 2 time frames here? From 9:40 to 9:50. Boom. Right? Camera number 11. I'm trying to go through this kind of quick. 8 o'clock in the morning. No sun. Certainly came up in 2017. Should be looking like this. Nope. We get this on this camera. What is this? I'm losing count here, man. 11 cameras. 12, 13 cameras. That's why I suggest it's probably a pretty large area. 5 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Oh, there it is. 8 o'clock in the morning. It's still dark. Oh, amazing. Look, ta-da, there's the sun. No gradual change there. Think something's rotten in Denmark or what? Look at this. 12 cameras later, still showing you crazy pictures. All right, had enough of that. Okay, let's jump into some equally stunning stuff. Continue to shock even me. So, look at this time camera. So, from John Tracek, March 22nd. Looks like a hologram, right? Funny thing about holograms, by the way, you know, holograms emit light. They do not have shadows. So if you're like looking at someone's face, and there should be like shadows on their face that give that three-dimensional image. Yet a hologram really can't do that because it's actually the source of light. It's not reflected. Doesn't cast any shadows. Look at this picture, right? March 20th. And does that look normal? Right, that's the red Kachina. That's what I think. Look at this one. This one looks like a nuclear bomb went off, right? Another red Kachina. Oh my goodness. This one kind of really takes me back. There's nothing normal here, folks. Looks like little planetary interaction. Look at the dark shadow here. Look how clear blue the sky is right behind it. It's like so localized. Just like a massive cloud punch out of control with electrical interaction with planet. Look at the electric shot. Look at that. Yeah. Look at this one. Okay, we've seen maybe some of these before. And we've always said it's lens flare, right? I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing. But you see this second sun here. You do see the reflected light. See how this is reflecting on the water? Look at that. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, there are two light sources there, folks. There you go. Second sun. Or helion. Tornado clouds, whatever. I think it's the interaction of planetary objects. These are getting longer as as two atmospheres are colliding. This one here, does that remind you of what I think is the same thing here? The coronal mass ejection. By the way, speaking of coronal mass ejection, CME, I will be doing a live stream tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time with Blue Kool-Aid, doing a live stream talking about coronal mass ejections. Look at these bands of magnetic connected energy that's wrapping around the sun when they get stretched out. We see three of them. One, two, and another one over here, overlapping power when it gets stretched out. And when these electromagnetic bands snap, filled with plasma and ionized, when if this band snaps, then it releases what we call a CME. Well, this is right before it happens. And yet in here, oh, that's another picture. Let's watch. This CME, Earth energy, literally coming off the Earth. The Earth is electric as well. Look at that. I think this is exactly what this is. Earth CME. As a planetary body passes over very quickly, it's pulling up the magnetic energy from the Earth, almost causing it to snap. Wow. I mean, that's exactly what it is. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to know it all. This certainly looks like one. It looks electric. It looks like plasma. It looks like something coming off the surface of the sun. Electric energy. Look, watch the whole thing. See how from start to finish, this is real time. This isn't sped up. That's exactly how it went down. Wow. Earthbound CME. How about this one? Electric energy coming off these electric towers. They're suspended. Well, there's got to be steel structures here, probably like radio antennas coming up from reverse, right? Because the Earth is actually charged. So the Earth is discharging onto another planetary body up here. And was safe. Look at some of this flooding that we had in Iran. I'll turn the volume down. It's actually absolutely horrible that this is happening in Iran, that these people are fighting for their lives of this flood because of this incoming system, epic flooding. So there's another picture of the aftermath of the floods and the cars that were overturned in this massive flood. And as these planets continue to rip apart our planet like it did here, let's look at this quick. So we have eclipsed sun. Wow. Just wow. And we've seen this happening everywhere, right? They want to say it's water leaking underneath. Yeah, the earth just starts ripping apart because the water's leaking underneath. Doesn't make any sense. Whoa. Yeah. And I think I got some other golden gems here for you. And look at this. Let's see if I can find it. And if not, I'm sorry. But it's 625 on every one of these cameras. We had missing time too as well. And what I believe happened, this is a previous video that I made. We talked about all these frames that got dark. I believe what happened is once the eclipse started, the camera just kept shooting this. They could do a trick inside the server on the camera to make it repeat the same dark shot over and over again, just repeated for hours. Look at this. Absolutely. They don't even bother blacking out. But you click on these you hover your mouse over this, you can see that they just completely wiped it all out. So, yeah. And you're showing you this snapshot. In case you missed it. Oh, no, I never showed this one, actually. That, here you see it, now you don't. Right? Yeah, imagine if that passed in front of the sun. That's exactly what you're going to get, what I showed you from The Final Days YouTube channel. So, hope to see you there live on Jeff P's channel with Blue Kool-Aid, 7 p.m. Please copy, like, and share this video. Time is running out. We'll see you tonight.